And basically what we have been doing up to this point, up to this video, is we've been putting the ingredients together to bake a cake that I'm going to call Quantifying Your Goals. Hey everyone, welcome to another video. For those of you who have been watching all along, you'll realize that we've done 11 videos in this series so far. So this is video number 12. And basically what we have been doing up to this point, up to this video, is we've been putting the ingredients together to bake a cake that I'm going to call Quantifying Your Goals. In the first few videos, we talked about purpose, the importance of having a purpose, what it is, the power and impact that it can have in your life. And then we wrapped up by helping you lay the foundation of creating your own unique purpose. Once we did that, we jumped into talking about your why. What is it that's driving you to achieve this purpose? Why is it? What's the burning desire that you have down inside that just won't let you quit until your purpose is realized? And then we talked about creating positive energy through having a positive mental attitude and radiating positive energy, and the benefits that that can have to you as far as empowering you in the achievement process. And finally, we talked about two different types of gaps that need to be closed in order for you to move toward the attainment of your purpose. And one of those types of gaps deals with physical things that we have to do, skill sets that we need to develop, relationships that we need to cultivate, things like that. But then the other types of gaps are gaps that relate to who we need to become in order to achieve our purpose. So it's dealing with things like spiritual, mental, physical, intellectual, financial areas of our lives, where they are currently and where they need to be. So now we've got all the ingredients together and we can start talking about quantifying our goals. But first we need to talk about why people struggle with goal achievement the way they do. And I think the reason for that is that we set these big, audacious goals that are out there, and they're worthy goals, they're worthy of our attainment, but that's where it stops, and we sit and we look at a goal that may be 6 months or 12 months down the road from now, and we see this huge mountain that we have to climb over, and we're overwhelmed by it, so we give up. Either that, or we whittle the mountain down into a molehill that we can stomp on, and yeah, we get the goal achieved, but it really has no impact on our lives. One of my friends owns a gym locally, and he always tells the story about how at the end of the year, as people are making their New Year's resolutions and setting their goals for the coming year, so many people say, oh, right after the first of the year, right after the New Year's parties and the holiday celebrations are over, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get plenty of exercise and I'm going to eat healthy and I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. So he said as a result of that, gym memberships explode right after the first of the year. But he said, if you look 6 to 8 weeks down the road from that, all of the people who signed up for new gym memberships are nowhere to be seen. And we're back to the same old group of steady Freddies who have been with us day after day, month after month for the last 10 years. That's the struggle that people have. 90% of people who set goals at the beginning of the year never see those goals achieved. Why? Because they don't take the time to answer one fundamental question, and that is, what do I have to do today, right now, to see that goal achieved? You see, if we would look at that goal 6 months down the road from now and say, okay, I've got 6 months to achieve that goal. What needs to happen in month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5 in order to see that thing achieved? And we break it down into the large chunk of a month. And then we say, okay, within this month, what needs to happen this week? And then once we've done that, what needs to happen today, right now? There's power in doing that. because number one, it gives you focus. It tells you exactly what you have to do today, tomorrow, the day after, yada, 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 in order to see that goal achieved in 6 months. Number two, though, is that the steps that you have to take, the actions that you need to take today are probably pretty small. And you would look at them and say, no, that's no big deal. I can make that phone call. I can send that email, whatever the case may be, but it's a pretty simple step. But the third and most powerful part of it is that when we start stacking those things up, so I do a little bit today and a little bit tomorrow and a little bit the day after, and I keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, when I look back after 30 or 60 or 90 days of consistently doing little things every day, I will be totally amazed at the things that I've accomplished. And what happens is that gives me motivation and it builds momentum for me to move into the future. So the first thing that we have to do is think of things in terms of, we're eventually going to have to boil this down to, what do I need to do today? The other thing that's important is that our goals have to be written down. I don't know how many times I talk to people and they say, oh, I got my goals right up here. And it's like, no. Your goals must be written down. And they say, well, why is that so important? Well, the first thing is that it forces clarity. It forces us to get really, really clear about what it is that we're trying to achieve. Secondly, it takes us from dream mode to reality, because there's something magical about putting pen or pencil to paper and writing things down that begins to get us invested in the process and makes us face the real world. Thirdly, it creates motivation, and motivation will ultimately drive us to act on the attainment of our goals. Fourthly, it helps us to focus. It provides that focus so that we know exactly where we're going and how we're going to get there. And it also, if we've crafted the goals correctly, it provides us a measurement framework to gauge where we are in the attainment of our goals. So how do we go about doing this? Well, I recommend that everybody take a clean sheet of paper and across the top of that sheet of paper, write down your purpose statement. What is it that you are trying to accomplish with your life? And then I want you to write down 3 to 6 major goals that you want to achieve. And that achievement process should probably be over a period of 12 months. And then I want you to prioritize those 3 to 6 goals, 1 being the most important, 6 being the least important. And then I want you to go back and I want you to ask yourself a major question, and that is, do all of the 3, 4, 5, 6 goals that I put down, do they all contribute to the attainment of my purpose? And if the answer to that question is yes, great, you're on the right pathway. If the answer to that question is no, then you have to ask yourself another question, and that is, if it's not contributing to the attainment of my purpose, why is it on the list? Maybe I need to consider taking it off the list and putting something else in there that does contribute to the attainment of my purpose. And then once you've done that, go back to what we were talking about initially. Start boiling that goal down, each one of them, into what do I need to do this month? What do I need to do this week? What do I need to do today? And then that becomes the action plan for the achievement of your goal. So that's the general goal framework that we put out there. And in the next video, I'm going to talk to you about the process of making sure that each and every one of your goals is a very, very meaningful goal. So stay tuned. Have a great day today, and I'll talk with you again soon.